This comic is from Montreal. So, see if we can move past that. He was on PBS just going, let's go Paul Ash, everyone. Paul Ash.
Nick Carter! Give him applause! I used to be famous. I don't care about that anymore. I used to be famous, but you're going to see a lot of young comics coming up on stage. And these young comics, they're just starting off their career. Their goal is to be a touring comic, because being a touring comic is what you want to be when you're a stand-up comic. Because that means you get to go on the road, you get to see new people, do new people. And the thing is, though, when I was touring, I was married, and I had to be good. And it's rough, because you're touring in Canada. You tour in Canada, like, you go to some small towns, once you see the Landmark and the good Tim Hortons, you're done. Like, and I'm not saying the big cities are innocent. Like, I had to do comedy down in Toronto, well, that's where they kept the money. And I went down, and one time after the show, I was hanging out with the other comics, and young ladies came to hang out with us as well. And one got a bit touchy-feely with me. I said, "You did not see my act, hear me say that I'm married and happily so." She says, "Married cock tastes better." Could you tell my wife? But I got to do a show up in Sudbury because I pissed off my agent. And I went up to Sudbury, and the thing is, they put me up in a nice hotel. It was a really nice hotel. I got to say, it was you could tell it was a nice hotel because they had the big screen TV with a little box on the top. You know, the box that shows the movies, including the dirty movies that you got to pay for. But then they also give you free internet. Do they not understand what the World Wide Web is for? And I'm not saying that I watched a lot of amateur porn when I was on the road, but, well, my wife was bad at some phone sex. So I guess I'm saying I watched a lot of amateur porn. I noticed something about the porn. I didn't realize this at first. They have endings. It always the same way. It's always with the facial. Like, that's just rude. That's a hot, wet, sticky mess on your face in appreciation for a job well done. Right. Here I was in Sudbury. I had 4 hours to show. Well, 3 hours, 48 minutes to showtime. Clean it up. And I had nothing to do because I already saw the nickel. So I thought, might as well read something on the internet. Don't do that. No, you start reading on the internet, you begin to find out things you were not meant to know. I found out that men have a G-spot. Yeah. But I haven't seen enough amateur porn to see how women react to a G-spot orgasm. That's fucking intense. The idea that I can have an orgasm that intense. But there's a dirty trick. The men's G-spot is up the butt. I don't know why I use 2 fingers. But I had 3 hours and 23 minutes to showtime. I already had my double-double. Might as well give it a go. You don't just start out with a finger up your butt. Hey, dude, I just got on the elevator. No, you gotta warm yourself up. Play with your nipples. Tell yourself you're pretty. Right? And then when you get a good bit of action going here, that's when you can ease a hand back. And I recommend, if you're taking notes, I recommend lick your finger first. So don't get caught in that chocolate trap. Right? So you got this going. This is going at one speed, but then you get to bring that around. That's like operating in 2 different speeds. That's a lot harder than doing this. And it was right about that point I realized I had a logistics problem. Right? Because according to the internet, if I want to get my G-spot, I got to curve my hand like this. But coming around that way, I'm curving my hand like this. Now I got to like rearrange everything and come up from underneath. Right? And this is a new level of uncomfortable. Not only am I pounding down on top of the boys, but I'm crushing up underneath them as well. And all I'm gonna think is, this gotta be worth it. 3D mess on my face in appreciation for a job well done. And I didn't want it on my face. It was all over this hand. So I just went and Dirty Sanchez myself. I guess the moral of the story is don't go to Sudbury. I just got divorced. with the same person for 15 years. 15 years with the same person, and now I'm dating. I got no idea how to date. I have no idea what happens between hi and sorry, I got that in your eye. Like, I'm completely lost when it comes to dating. And thinking back though, I was horrible at dating when I was single the first time. I was so bad at being single. I used to be aroused by hand cream commercials. Well, they call that stuff Jergens. That's just 1K away. The thing is too, I would date women who were too kinky for me. And the disbelief bias just hit this person in the face. Trust me, it will happen. Look, if you're ever having that eventual couples conversation, you know the one about anal sex? You know, it goes, I don't want that in there. That'll stretch too much. That's not sexy. And then she says, how we know till you try. She's too kinky for you. I actually dated this one woman. She said to me, I want you to drink my blood. I'm pretty sure this isn't safe sex. How do you wrap a condom around that one? I want you to hurt me. You've got chubby thighs? My name's Paul Ash. You can find me on YouTube, Kick-Ass Comedy.
Paul Ash, what is his name?